So I was thinking the other day, why is it so hard to be creative all the time? Why is the creative process so difficult? I find myself always trying to procrastinate, and instead of trying to write the song, finish the song, or finish editing the photos, it just kind of sits on the desktop, and sometimes it doesn't even leave my phone or my camera. I think a part of it is really, I think creatives in general, they just love to start something, but finishing something is usually a lot more difficult. The initial phase of excitement kind of creates that momentum for you. Your curiosity, your interest. When you think of something new for the very first time, you're thinking about all these things that you can do, and we've all been there. Exploring a new hobby, a lot of times is that this hobby that we just learned about, and we're just doing all this research for the first week. We're like, wow, I'm really gonna get into this. And then once you start hitting a roadblock or an obstacle, it starts to be a little bit less fun. I think the brain is really trained to learn how to protect you, basically. And I think the reason why the creative process is so difficult is the brain doing its best to prevent you from being disappointed. So the moment you hit an obstacle, your brain starts to find ways of escape, trying to let you know, it's no big deal if you don't continue this hobby. You can try something else. But what the brain is really trying to tell you is, I don't want you to be disappointed by the result. So as a result, let's try something new. Because level one of anything, any type of hobby, the level one of that hobby, whether it's in guitar, learning your first chord, or learning how to use a camera for the first time, or painting a picture, a very simple picture for the very first time, these things are easier compared to what you would do as an intermediate. As an intermediate musician, you're expected to know more than one scale. You're kind of expected to know how to jam with people in different keys. The creative process gets difficult is because we have higher expectations as we go deeper into our pursuit. How do we prevent the creative process of not being fun anymore? How do we keep this excitement, this joy, constantly thriving? And I think I found out a few things, and it kind of helped me along the way. I've been playing music for 20 plus years, and I definitely think that over 20 years, you run through obstacles, you run through things you don't like. But if you've been in this hobby, or any hobby rather, for well over 2 decades, I think you're doing something right. I like to think so. So these are some of the tips that I found. Is that number one. Now, I'm going to give you guys the perspective as a musician, somebody who plays music, but I also have other artistic pursuits and other artistic ventures that I really like, just not as much as I like music. So whenever I'm faced with a roadblock, a creative block, or a writer's block for musicians, I tend to explore other hobbies. Yes. Now, I know this sounds kind of counterproductive, but you do find a lot of value in branching out from your art, just giving it a little bit of a break, giving it either one day or 1 week. You might be in the middle of a song. What I do is I kind of stop writing for a bit, go outside, take photos, go for a walk. And that really does help. Second thing is reach out to different communities. Definitely try to reach out to different communities. There's so many, the reason I started YouTube is because there's so many like-minded people, and it's so awesome.